Hello everyone, this is Brooke. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a Get Ready With Me day today on the pink2paris channel. I decided that I wanted to put my makeup on camera. So I'm getting ready for work and I'll just show you what I'm doing. Might be a little bit of extra touches here and there that I don't normally do, but I want to do for the camera. To show you what I would do. Last night I laid out all my makeup that I wanted to put on my face, and I was thinking that I was going to do some filming afterwards, but I don't think that's going to happen because it's already after 6 and I need to leave in a little while, so we're going to go and do mostly the basics, but a little extra because I like extra. So the first thing I do is I'm going to refresh. Well, the first thing I did this morning was a lot of things under my eyes. I'm starting to get an eye routine. I put the coffee bean oil, and let's see, I also put some moisturizers underneath my eye, let them soak in. I'm going to spray my face to get it fresh with a Smashbox primer water, and I'm going to do that just to freshen my face up a little bit. I like to put a little of that on. I'm going to put on my primer, which is the first time I'm going to try. This is a first impression. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer in the matte. So it looks like, it doesn't seem like it's silicone-y. It is very lotion-y, which reminds me of the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, and that's what it feels like too. And I'm just going to get that all over my face. I prefer a matte look. I'm not oily, I'm not dry, I'm pretty normal, but I tend to prefer to make myself up on the matte end of things. And after, when I do my setting spray, it tends to I don't know, shine things up a little bit. So I'm gonna just focus on the matte. All right, forgive me if what I say doesn't make any sense this morning. I've been up since 5 because I've been waiting for everybody to wake up and go to the bathroom so that I didn't have those sounds in my video. I'm using my Christian Dior Creme de Rose lip balm right now. And even though I film in the basement, I can hear pretty much everything that goes on upstairs, and I needed the guys to wake up so that they knew I was filming and wouldn't wake up with a bang. But in case you hear stray noises, that is them walking around, getting ready. I normally have them quiet and sitting still, being quiet while I film, but they have to get ready for school and work and everything like that. So I'm going to use my Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I just got this a couple of weeks ago, and I've been loving it. And I'm going to apply it with a beauty blender. Another thing that I'm noticing is that my house makes all kinds of creaky noises in the morning, and we're dealing with that too. Brett also has to go out and shovel this morning because we have had a major blizzard come through Milwaukee and shut everything down yesterday. Now, it has to be a lot of snow to shut down Milwaukee because we are used to it. We are not wimps. So there was, I swear, we got like 8 to 10 inches overnight last night. And now the temperature is dropping down below 0. So all that wind that's coming too is going to make it drift and get in everybody's way, so that's not good. So I'm putting on a couple pumps of the foundation, just getting that in my skin. It's a really good foundation, I found. I really like that it's waterproof because when my eyes water, I feel like I've got coverage still. And also, it's a nice buildable. So I start with 1 pump and I can still see, maybe it's because of my studio lights are really bright, I can still see things I don't want to see. So I'm going to put an extra, I think I put a half a pump before. I'm going to put another half a pump on now, just on these areas where I don't like to see. I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff going on my face, but I just don't want extra stuff there that I don't need. And so I've got a pretty good coverage. My mirror that I'm using is extremely dirty, so if something isn't right, I'll find out later when I go to work and the work mirror is much better. Actually, I'll go upstairs and figure it out, touch it up. I'm leaving myself time to do some good touching up later. Let's see here. After my foundation, I like to put on concealer, and I'm using Tarte Shape Tape in the color Deep. And I know that people like to put on, you'll see a lot of people putting on their concealer where it's really, you know, like much lighter than their skin. And sometimes I do that. This is as light as I want to go this morning. I just want to have extra coverage down there because I do have deeper set eyes, and it kind of forms a ridge underneath my eye socket. And it looks like an extra bag there. So I like to put a little concealer on my eye so that that doesn't look too bad. So it looks a little better. And I don't know if you noticed from the beginning of the video when I started, my under eyes are looking a lot better than they did when I did my last Get Ready With Me with no makeup on. I have gotten rid of a lot of darkness and puffiness under there, and I am so thrilled about that because it just looked awful and I could never go anywhere without makeup, because it was just too bad. But lately I've been using the coffee bean oil that I found out from, I'm going to go in with a little bit more concealer just for a little extra coverage. Just a little bit. And I watched a video by Shake Up Makeup, and she was talking about coffee bean oil and all the benefits of it, especially for your eye area. Just brightening it, waking it up. The caffeine and the oil really does a good job with collagen production and, you know, just a lot of things like that. So I tried it. I ordered it on Amazon and I tried it, and it's been working very well. I put it on, let it soak in, and then I go on with an eye cream, and it's just been making my under eye look a lot better and a lot smoother. Those fine, you know, wrinkles that were forming because I was rubbing my eyes so much because they were watering are disappearing. So it's good stuff, and I really like it. Next, I'm going to go on with my all-nighter setting powder by Urban Decay, and it looks like this. You've seen this before, and I'm going to use a cheap cosmetic wedge, and I'm just going to set the area underneath my eye. I don't like to do it too much because, you know, I've got my under eye looking really smooth, but just in case it wants to crease, I'm putting a little powder under there. And this powder is waterproof. So again, I have a little extra coverage in case my eyes decide to water, which they've been a little drier since I've been back from Israel. They've been a little drier, and I have been in heaven. So, I mean, I can see, now that I put the powder on there, right now I can see more, the lines are, you know, more defined underneath my eye than they are on this eye. So I don't know if I'm going to do this very much if my eyes are dry, but it will wear off. I mean, it will fill in and be just fine as I finish my makeup. And you probably can't see it anyway because you're so far away. And I shouldn't have said anything, but truth and disclosure, right? Okay, so I got that on, and the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Lancome powder foundation. It's the dual finish powder foundation, and I'm in the color 460 Suede W, and I'm going to use my large powder brush F20 by Sigma, and I'm just going to get a little, you know, I don't need to do a ton of this because the foundation is giving me great coverage already, but I just want to set my foundation and even out the concealer, and just make sure that I have everything set. So I'm just tapping it in there, going over my skin lightly, and getting it all set and flawless. That's what we're going for this morning. We're going for flawless. So, okay, that's pretty good. Got that covered and got the extra underneath my eye, the extra of the setting powder for my eye out. My eye wasn't watering. I just stabbed it in the eye with the brush, so that's why I had to get that little water off of there. So today I'm going to do something I don't normally do, but I feel like I want to do, and that's contour a little bit. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques sculpting brush and the City Color Contour Effects palette. I got this at IMATS a few years ago, and I'm going to use the contour color, which is the dark color right here. I like this palette. It's simple. You got your contour, which is, you know, really good color for me and my color skin. There's a bronzer, which, you know, may or may not show up, and then a highlighter, which I never use because look at that, it's pure white. But anyway, so let's go in with a little contour, because I want to define my cheeks a little bit more. Ooh, look at how dark that is. We're gonna have to blend that out. So let's just put it underneath there. Definitely get underneath in my chin area too, to kind of make that slim up a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my powder brush and I'm just going to blend that out. See? No fuss, no bother. We're going to blend that out so that's just a shadow looking underneath there. I really like this contour because it is like a cool brown color, so it looks more like a shadow. You know, the grayer the contour color is, the better, and you know, that's what I like. So let's get that blended out on this side. Sorry, I'm just completely looking at the mirror. I'm not looking at the camera at all, but that's the way it goes when a Pink to Paris Get Ready With Me. We're not all good like, you know, some of the other YouTubers are yet. We're getting there. We're going to get there because a lot of you have said that you love these Get Ready With Me videos and that you want to see more of them on my channel. So guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm also going to contour my forehead a little bit because no one's going to see it with my bangs in the way, but I just feel like taking that extra step. Sometimes, I don't know, do you feel like when you take a little extra step or do a little extra with your makeup that it makes you feel, you know, just that much more, not pretty or whatever, but just glamorous or, you know, just extra. Everybody wants to feel, not everybody, but I like to feel extra, like I've done something extra to myself. But anyway, that's just me. And guess who wants to join the party? The watery eye. So let's dab some of that off. Okay, so we got the contour, we got that. The next step I usually go on with is blush, and I'm going to use this LORAC blush in the color Cinematic. I'll take the thing off so you can see that better. It's a color, I've used this the other day. I just bought it on Saturday, and I'm using it now on Monday. No, today's Tuesday. Using it today to show you what it looks like. It blends into my skin color, but it just kind of gives me a little bit more life on my cheeks. I can't really see it too much in the mirror because, well, it's dirty and all these lights, but I hope you can see it. And oh, there in my viewfinder, it looks a lot better. So yeah, it's really good. I like that it's matte. I like that it's just a little bit darker than my skin color. Just, you know, to warm things up a little bit, bring a little life to my face, rather than, you know, going with a pink or a burgundy or something like that, just to be a little bit more natural. And I'm sorry, I was using my Sigma Powder Blush Brush number F10 to do my blush. I'm going to try to tell you everything I'm using. And to highlight, that's what I do next. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the Sun Dipped palette. And I'm going to use this color right here, Tourmaline. Really, really pretty. And you can see how it kind of, let me show you the blush next to it. they really make a great pair together. So let me show you what the blush looks like next to tourmaline. You know, they kind of show a nice, great pair together. So one is just, you know, matte, and the other one is pretty much the same color. The tourmaline is pretty much the same color, but it has all that shine I want. So look at that. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Can you see that highlight? Can you? Yeah, you can see it. I can see it on the viewfinder. I can't see it in the mirror. And the mirror is just a dull, dirty image, but I can see it in the viewfinder, which is good. And, you know, I tend to put on a lot of highlighter to start, but then I go back in and blend it in with my blush brush so that it's not too extra. But then I put a little down the bridge of my nose and a little right there so I look like a button nose, but not too much. Let's get some of that off. I put some on my Cupid's bow right here to brighten up my upper lip, and I put some right down there above my chin so that it looks like, you know, the sun touched it. And I don't normally do this, but I think today I want to, since I contoured the forehead. I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter right, just a little bit right there to make it glow, so it looks like the sun has touched my skin. So that's the highlighter. I normally would take this tapered, and this is the Sigma tapered highlighter brush F35, and I would put a little highlighter on my eye, and I would also just use that as the base for my eye look. But today I'm going to do a separate eye look with another palette, so I don't need to do that step. So we're going to skip that. So there's the highlighter. I'm going to go in and blend it in with my blush brush because there's just a little blush on there still, I'm assuming. And I'm going to just blend it into the blush so that it doesn't look like two streaks on my face. You can still see the shine. There. Okay. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and while I do my eyebrows, I'm going to try to tell you about my trip to Israel. So if you have been watching me for a few minutes, you'll know that I just went to Israel. I was there for almost 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color dark brown, and just filling in my eyebrows because they need it. And anyway, so I went to Israel. It was a Holy Land pilgrimage. I thought it was vacation, but it turned out to be a lot of hard work. Lot of walking. And when you go to some of these ancient spots, they're not always built up with, you know, fancy, like stairs. So you're climbing uphill and doing things like that. A lot of rocks. At the end, they all started to look alike. But the highlights of the trip for me were I floated in the Dead Sea. It wasn't pretty, but I did it. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was just going to stick my feet in the water. But I had my back to the, you know, the rest of the sea. I was facing the shore, and a wave came from behind me and just flipped me up. And the next thing I knew, my feet were like on top of the water and I couldn't get them down. So it's on video with me screaming and everything, you know, holding on to people for dear life because I knew I was going down. I just knew I was going down. So there's brow one. And then I floated. I couldn't put my feet down after a while, so they were just stuck up in the air. It was like a really freaky thing to be in water and not be able to sink, which I normally do because I'm not a swimmer. I mean, I could save my life. I could save my kid's life, but I'm not going to make it across the pool, that's for sure. Don't you hate it when one brow works and the other one wants to be a punk? That's what I got right now. And it's usually this side too, maybe because I'm right-handed, and this side always wants to do its own thing. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. I'll just go lopsided. I don't care. I'll play it off. I'll dare someone to say something. Like, what are you looking at? And I don't like super like sculpted brows either. I like mine to look extremely natural. So I'll spend the time and draw on like one hair at a time. But I just like them to feel like they're the same. And I think that's good enough. Let's put a little bit more of a tail on this one. Okay. So what was nice about the Dead Sea was that there's shops near that sell all the mineral products for skincare. So I got a ton. I've got masks, I've got cleansers, I've got lotions, I've got eye products for, you know, the Dead Sea minerals, because when you are in the ocean, or not ocean, it's a sea. When you are in the sea, you know, you can pick up some of the mud from the ground of the floor of the sea and rub it on your skin and then rinse it off. It feels amazing. So I was like, if the mud on the floor of the water feels like this, can you imagine what it can do in products? So I have bought products and I started trying them out and they are amazing. I'm going to feature them on my channel pretty soon. Pretty soon. But I did a mud mask last night and it was to die for. It just felt great and my skin felt great, and I'll give you more information about that in a future video, but you want to try that. Next, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills show. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, because I got a few unruly brows, and this time I've got some power. They think they're going to take over, but I got the antidote. And I am going to win, because I'm a winner. Anyway, sorry, I'm being so silly this morning. It's early. I did have my coffee, though. I usually can't function before I have my coffee. Okay, so another highlight from Israel. I rode a camel in Jericho, the ancient city of Jericho. It was near where they say, you know, the walls came down from the Battle of Jericho. And I love Israel because it's like they say this happened, they say that happened, but can we really know for sure? I don't think so. But anyway, I felt good. I felt like I was there, and I was riding my camel all proud. But it was my first time riding a camel, and those suckers are not easy to ride. They're very herky-jerky, and when it's done walking and it wants to stop, it just goes straight down. Like there's no easing down into the, you know, ground. It just goes boom, and I was screaming. So first of all, I was very afraid of the whole thing anyway, but I wanted to try it. You only live once, right? So now this eye wants to water too, just in time for doing the eyes. So I'm going to go in with my NARS, what do they call this? Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Just NARS eyeshadow base or eyeshadow primer, and it's the one in the white tube, if they haven't changed the packaging for it by now, because I've had this for a little while. It's still working great, but I like it. It gives the right amount of tackiness to your eye so that your shadows stick and pop. It gives a little bit of a whiteness so that, you know, there's something that they can show up against. But I don't have oily eyelids, so I mean, I could skip this step, but I just like how it makes my eyeshadow stick and pop. So I rub it on a little bit, and then I let it dry down to just a little bit past tackiness, and then I start putting my eyeshadows on. So there's that. Okay, so I am going to try a new eye look, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, surprise, surprise, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette in this beautiful sparkly bronze packaging. And I like dreamed up a new eye look last night. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I can, you know, I look at a palette like this and I kind of visualize what I want to do with my eyes. So we hope that my imagination and reality kind of match up, but we shall see. So I was looking at this and I was loving the color teak right here. There's several colors in this palette. If you have it, it's steampunk, teak, cinder, and ember, all pretty much look alike. So, you know, you're getting a lot of that frosty bronze color in this palette, which is good for me because I love that color. But if you don't, I don't see how you're going to really like it. I'm going in with my fluffy brush. This is the Coastal Scents BR250. It is a dupe for the MAC 217 brush, but I'm going to go into the color teak, and I'm going to pop this all over my lid. I'm doing kind of like a skin tone on skin color because I'm going to work and I don't need to be all, you know, too colorful. So I'm going to make a neutral look as glamorous as possible. Do you think I can do it? We'll see. So I'm just getting a nice coating of this color all over my eyelid, going up into the crease a little bit, just like that. Can you see that? Zoom. So I'm doing it. Have no fear. And if I do it on one side, I got to do it on the other, right? So, okay, so floating in the Dead Sea. I mean, how many people can say they've done that in their life? So floating in the Dead Sea, riding a camel in Jericho were two highlights. I guess the third highlight of the trip was we took a boat ride on the Sea of Galilee, which is beautiful. It's more like a smaller lake, but we went on a boat ride on a replica, like Jesus Day boat. So it was like a replica boat, a replica of the boat that he would have been on, or fishermen would have been on those days. So, I mean, it was just enough for our group to fit on. And it was morning, so we got to see the sunrise over the Sea of Galilee. And one of the crewmen could sing. I mean, he could sing his butt off, and he sang to us. And it was just so beautiful. It was just a wonderful experience because, mind you, like I said, I thought this was going to be vacation, but it turned out to be hard work. Every day we had to be on our tour bus at about 7, 8 in the morning. And we would go until like 6 or 7 at night. So all day, just on your feet, touring, looking at rocks, looking at ruins. It got to be a little much for me. You know, I wore Nikes every day, and who wants to do that on vacation? I like to dress up and do my thing. So I'm going to get some of the excess color off of here from that teak color, and I'm going to go in with a combination of dystopian, which is a dark brown, and the color birch, which is a tan, a light tan. Dystopian is too dark to be a transition color for me, and birch is a little too light. So I'm going to do a lot of birch and a touch of dystopian. So I'm going to blend that into my, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to blend that into my crease over the teak color. So they're kind of like blended together. Yeah, that's working. Got a little teak right there. Get that out. Oh, darn, now that I'm working on my eyes, they want to water. They haven't watered all morning. That's okay. That's okay, I feel you. But anyway, oh, that looks really good. So I'm going to do that again on the other side. A lot of birch and a little dystopian to darken it up. And we're going to go over my, like that socket, you know, the eye socket bone, and just kind of blend this into the teak color. So we're going in with our mattes over our shimmer shade so that they all work together and play nice. And this is what we're looking like. And dry off my eye so I can see. Okay, now my mirror's dirty. My eyes are full of water. I can't see anything. But I hope this is good. Don't you love the headband I have on? I love it. It's leopard print pink with a bow. I found it on Amazon. If I can find it, I'll put it in my Amazon shop, which is linked down in the description box. So if you ever, you know, seeing something that I have, you're wondering where I got it, most likely it's from Amazon because I'm a big, huge Amazon shopper. And if it's something that I really like, I have an Amazon shop that I like to link products in. And so it's easier for you to find, because I'll get questions a lot like, where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? And I'll say, it's from Amazon. Look in my shop in a certain department, because I have it broken down into departments. Like there's a fashion department, a tech department, a pink department for everything that I have that's pink. And things like that. I do get a small commission if you order anything from that. If you're offended by that, don't do it. But if you are okay with that, it really helps me out a lot. Like I said, it's very small commission. I might earn $1 a month, but that's the way it is. So, okay, I've got my crease blended. I've got my teak on my eyelid. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. contour brush, looks like this, and I'm going to go into dystopian, which is that really dark brown. And let's see, I'm going to mix a little noir, which is the black. So dystopian, dark, let me cover that. Dystopian, dark brown, and noir, which is the black. I'm going to mix those two together to give myself a little bit of outer corner contour. So I'm just going to go into this right here. I'm not going to go into the crease this time. Just putting a little color on the corner so that it gives a little contour. And darken up that out there, just a little bit on the outside. And I'm going to do that again on the other side. So, one side. Let's see what else about my trip. I found a guy who made custom jewelry, and I bought so much jewelry while I was there. Lots of sterling silver. Darn, I went up a little high, so let me go over here. And I got crosses. I got the Star of David. I've got, and I'm just taking my 217, no, my BR 250 brush by Cross and blending that corner, that dark corner color into the teak on my lids, so it's not so stark of a transition. And so I got a lot of jewelry, which is nice because it's a, I have everything else, and I have jewelry too. So I just wanted to get some souvenirs for my trip that I could remember. And let's see, the shimmer shades in here for highlight options are gorgeous. I'm really thinking about Cyborg, which is this pewter color right there, or Steampunk, which is a gold, like an antique gold, or pearl. You know what? I think I'm going to go into Cyborg. It doesn't make any sense. I should probably go in with one of the golder colors, but Cyborg is just so pretty. It looks like a platinum, an antique platinum color. And I really like my highlight to pop. Whoa, that's really, really gonna pop. Can you see that? I bet you can see it from the moon. That is some highlight. Some brow bone highlight, which I like. And the eye is watering. So let's see what else about trip to Israel. I did do a lot of filming there, and hopefully the footage will turn out. It needs to be converted from one format to the other before I can do anything with it. I'm hoping to make like a you know, just like a travel vlog of it. Not really a lot of me talking, but just more of a view of the different sites set to music. That's what I'm really thinking about. And that will happen, you know. It'll go up on my channel sometime before my next trip, which, if you're wondering where I'm thinking about going next, I'm really thinking about going to Egypt. I'm obsessed with the thought of going to Egypt. Man, I just want to take my picture in front of the pyramid, or have someone take my picture in front of the pyramid. And I really love cool old ancient stuff. So I think I would love that. I'm going to get the excess color off of my Coastal Scents blending brush. And I'm going to just blend in my brow bone highlight with my transition color so that it's not so stark, and again, avoid harsh lines. So just a little bit of that. I don't want to play too much with it. So I think I'm done with the eyeshadow palette, so I'll put that away. Again, this was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and it's done all of this. And next I got to, oh man, oh, you know what I'm going to do next? Actually, I'm not done with the palette. I got to do my lower lash line. I'm looking at this brush wondering what I got to do with it. And it is the e.l.f. Small Smudge Brush. And I'm going to go in again with Dystopian, the dark brown, and Noir, the black. And I'm going to mix those two together. Ooh, and go under my lower lash line just to give it some dimension. Smudge it out just a little. Like, I'm not going for a smoky eye. I just don't want my bottom lash line or my lower lash line to look forgotten about. So let's get some stuff under there. Hope that's even. Can't really see. I can tell that I need to do a little more blending on the upper lid. So what I'm going to use is my tapered blending brush, number E40 by Sigma. And I don't have any product on it. I'm not putting anything on it. I'm just going to blend some of these colors, because where I have the dark colors going into the teak color, it just looks a little harsh. So blend that out. Not too much. I see people on YouTube where they're blending for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, you're blending it all the way. You did all that work and now it's gone. So, not me. I'm not falling for that. I am just going to blend a little and save my work. Okay, so I think I've got all my eyeshadow done. Now it's time to do the eyeliner, which I don't feel like doing, but I got to. Actually, I think I'm going to line my eyes off camera. Should I? No, that's the easy way out. Let's try to do it on camera, because I got to get better someday, right? So, and this video is going to be so long. Well, actually, I'm not too far from done. Just got to line these eyes and set my face. So, okay, let's go. It's so hard to line my eyes just in regular setting, but now with a dirty mirror, I'm bringing out the compact because I need the close-up action, and I'm going to use my Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner in the micro tip. It's all in black, and I'm going to give just a little bit of a eyeliner look, a little bit of a wing, a little bit of an eyeliner look. I'm going for, you know, just a nice work day, and let's go in. So I'm staying really close to the lash line here. And then flaring out. Woo! Doing this without the little mirror. Go, Brook. Flaring out at the edge. And coming back down. If you want to give yourself a really good wing and you're not that good at it, use this eyeliner. You can outline what you want so easily and then go back and fill it in. And you can make like really precise points. So I don't know if you can see that, but I got my wing really tight at the end. So one done. And that happens to be the easy eye. Now let's go over to this punk over here and see what we can do. I usually do the first eye. And it turns out the way I want. Then I do the second eye. And it does something different. So I have to go back to the first eye and make it match. We all know the struggle, right? Again, I am very sorry that I'm not looking up at the camera very much in this video. I apologize, and I will get better. Okay, so I've got it outlined. Looks pretty good. A little bit more of a point there. And fill it in. Gotta be like a contortionist in order to do your opposite eye. Okay, so eyeliner's on. Both eyes look pretty similar. Not a ton, but we're gonna go with it. And then I always like to tight line and line my waterline. So I use the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner. It's in black, and the way it stays sharp all the time is that there's a sharpener built into the cap. So when you screw it off, it's always sharp. But this was a little dull, so I think I'm running out, darn. But let me sharpen it. So close the cap, open the cap, and it's got a sharper point. So what I'm gonna do with that is just go underneath the upper lash line, underneath the lashes, and fill in that flesh with this eyeliner. To make the upper lashes look even blacker. And then I like to go in the waterline and fill that in too. Okay, so that's one eye. And oh, is it watering like crazy? It does not like that. Let's do the other eye. So I was mentioning that when I went to Israel, I got a lot of jewelry. The other thing I brought back with me were 2 sprained ankles. Yes, all of the hiking and walking on rocks, uphill, and really took a toll on my ankles. They swelled up beyond recognition. Like I would say the last full day of the trip. So the last day of touring, I was doing it with 2 sprained ankles. Didn't really know what was going on. I just knew that my ankles were swollen, so swollen that the skin was so tight, it felt like it was cracking. And then I had to go through a full day of touring, pack up, go to the airport, sit in the airport all night, and fly home. So that was like a 13 hours in the air with 2 sprained ankles, swollen, just, it was a long day and a half. So this is the eye look. It's all done. I am going to spray my face now, and I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. It is a great setting spray because it, doesn't stop spraying. You don't have to keep pumping, and also it is a really fine mist, and it smells good. So, and it works. So I'm going to do that. Always open my mouth too soon, and just to speed up the process, to speed up the process, I've got my little fan here of drying my face, and as it dries down, you'll notice that it's not as matte looking as it was before. It's given me more life and glow. I like that too. So I like starting with the matte, shining it up or glowing it up a little bit with the spray. And then now I'm going to go in with my mascara, and I'm using the Full Lash Bloom by CoverGirl. Just a basic mascara. I can't wait till it's over so that I can start using another mascara. I've been using this one for a long time. It just never ends. Sometimes with the makeup, you just want to have it end so that you can start using something else. And mascara, I only like to have 1, maybe 2 open at a time. And if you saw my makeup collection, I have so many things of mascara I have yet to use, and I'm just dying to. But no, I'm working on this one. But it's good. I love the wand on here. It's a silicone wand that's very, the bristles are well defined. Keeps your eyelashes very full and defined. So it volumizes, if that's a word. It defines, not so much lengthens, but it definitely gives you some thick lashes. So if you're in the drugstore and you want to try this one, I mean, I do recommend it, but I do recommend it. I'm just bored with it because I've been using it for so long. Okay, so this is all done. Lips, I almost forgot again. I'm going to go in with my MAC lip pencil in Night Moth because I'm doing like a basic-y thing on the face. So I'm going to give myself a bolder lip. So Night Moth is a deep color. I'd say it's like a deep purpley color. Lining my lips, contouring the corners with the liner on the bottom. And I need to hurry up because I hear the boys are ready for school and I want to see them before they leave. Okay, so I got that lined up. Gonna go in with the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the color Amore, the new color Amore. I'm so mad they changed the color. Same name, different color. But it goes perfectly with the Night Moth lip liner. But the original color that Amore was with Stila was such a beautiful nude on me. I mean, this is a beautiful color too, but that was such a beautiful nude. And since this is going to dry down and be very matte, I'm going to go over it with a MAC lip gloss in the color Flight or Fancy. And it's pretty much the same color. I'm just going to give it a little gloss. Ooh, is that pretty? So this is all I'm going to do to my face. Now I'm going to go take off this thing and my robe and get dressed, and I'll come back and show you the final look. All right, see you soon. Okay, so here's the final look, and I hope you like it. I really like it. I went upstairs to get dressed and I saw what it looked like in real light and in the mirror that wasn't dirty, and it looks great. I love this look. I am going to repeat it. Again, it was the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and a teak on the lid, blended out in the crease, and a little bit of, what was that color again? Cyborg, and the brow bone highlight, and you know, just a natural looking face with a little bit of contour, and the lipstick in Amore by Stila. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video. I had a ton of fun doing it and chatting with you. I plan on doing more of these, so if that's something you're interested in, give me a great big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the pink2paris channel. I bring you more videos like this. Also, we talk about luxury, fashion, and lifestyle on this channel. So there's a lot to talk about. There's so much to do. I hope you join me for this journey in YouTube. And I look forward to talking to you and coming back at you in another video. So thanks a lot. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.